Few hours, a major decision from Judge Raymond Dearie. If that name doesn't ring a bell for you, here's the background here. The special master appointed after the seizure of the government documents at Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Judge Dearie is asking former President Donald Trump's defense counsel to pony up with evidence for his accusations that the FBI might have planted some of the documents. Former president made those allegations without offering any proof. CBS reporter Skyler Henry tells us that order comes on the heels of a victory for the U.S. government as they investigate the former president's handling of classified documents.
The Department of Justice has won the latest round in the legal battle over documents with classified markings recovered from former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. A three-judge appellate court panel with two Trump appointees ruled that the FBI does not need to turn over documents with classified markings to the special master for his review, and that FBI agents can regain access to those documents as part of the criminal probe into the handling of government records. The appellate court ruling also states that Trump suggests that he may have declassified these documents when he was president, but the record contains no evidence that any of these records were declassified. Trump told Fox News Wednesday there was no process to declassify the material.
If you're the president of the United States, you can declassify just by saying it's declassified, even by thinking about it, because you're sending it to Mar-a-Lago or to wherever you're sending it.
The judges wrote that the declassification argument is a red herring because declassifying an official document would not change its content or render it personal. The appellate court ruling came after New York's Attorney General filed a new civil lawsuit against the former president and three of his adult children. The 222-page civil lawsuit alleges Trump and his family defrauded insurers and lenders, violating state and potentially federal laws.
Donald Trump falsely inflated his net worth by billions of dollars to unjustly enrich himself and to cheat the system, thereby cheating all of us.
The state is seeking to recover $250 million in allegedly unlawful profits and a life ban on Trump and his children serving as officers in any New York company. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.